Hello, everyone. Welcome to another update on the cancer. This is the third video, second update, I guess, on the initial announcement. Some more stuff to talk about. Generally, news is still good, so that's good. So it's been a little bit since I did the last update, about a month or two, I think. That was when I just finished. I think that was July, and it's now the end of August. Today is the 29th of August. I'm not sure if that's the day I'm uploading this also, but it'll be soon anyway. But yeah, just after I finished my treatment, I made a video, and now I thankfully know more. So I think in that video I did mention that halfway through August I was gonna have some more tests and stuff, and that's all done now. I've got the results back from that. So on the 14th of August, I should preface this in case you have somehow haven't seen the other videos. I have cancer, um, colon cancer. So if you haven't seen that and you want to, know more, then I'll link those in the description. Otherwise, yeah, this is the latest anyway. Um, so yeah, on the 14th of August, I had another colonoscopy. So they went up my behind with a camera again. Just the last like little bit basically where the tumor is. Um, and that it's a with the camera I can also see on the screen basically, so I can also see what's going on in there, which is interesting. Um, but yeah, so the tumor is still there, but it shrunk significantly, which was the goal. The doctor said he was hoping to just see like a scar and nothing else left over, but obviously the chance of that was very slim. We knew it was only like a 10% chance of that actually being the case, so we didn't really like we didn't even want to hope for that basically, because then you start hoping for something that's unlikely to happen, and then you'll be disappointed when it doesn't happen, which it likely wouldn't happen. So I never hoped for it to be gone. I just hoped that all would be well in the end. And so far, yeah, that's basically my expectations have come true, I guess. It was a little bit in doubt because during that, I know obviously when they do the endoscopy, like a week later on the 20th, I had the MRI and CT scan again. So I knew that I was gonna have to wait for results from that. Basically, that like the doctor's not gonna say a whole lot, but I still wanted to ask him some questions anyway. Um, so yeah, I don't remember exactly how the questions went, but I asked something alongside because he sounded somewhat disappointed that it wasn't gone, kind of. Um, and then he mentioned something I can't remember exactly, but basically what it came down to is there was a small like chance that there wasn't wouldn't be able to do an operation and remove the tumor, remove like my sphincter, I think it is in English. Um, which I didn't realize was a possibility, right? For me, it was always okay. I'm gonna have an operation, 100%, or at least there's a 10% chance I don't have to have an operation, but it would be a positive, like in a positive way, like it's gone. I never realized, oh shit, there's a chance that I can't be operated on because the lymph nodes, which was the main concern, haven't shrunk enough, which means that at that point they would basically say, look, there's nothing more we can do for you, so now we're going to try and prolong your life as long as possible, but you will eventually die. I didn't realize that was an option. So that came up in the way I questioned things to him. And he said, look, you don't have to be concerned about this because they will most likely be able to operate, but I just can't, 100% say it until we've done the MRI scan, which was the week after. And then I got the results of those a few days later, or a few days after the actual scan. So during about a week and a half, so the 14th was a Wednesday, I think, and then on Friday the next week, I got the results from the MRI scan, the CT scan. So during that week and a half, I was, I was thinking it'll probably be fine, but now there's a little bit of a doubt in my mind that perhaps it won't be, which is kind of scary. So I started, I I'm I've been mostly dealing with it pretty well. I think a lot of people complimented me on that, but maybe they just say that because you're not going to say, "Oh, you've got cancer and you're also not dealing with it well, you loser." Um, but no, I think I'm a fairly down to earth person, I guess. I'm not necessarily positive, negative. I'm more realistic. So for me, it was always like, shit happens. No need or no point in getting angry about something that you can't change or anything. So just deal with it. Um, I should have that like Nike. Isn't that Nike? Just deal with it, or what doesn't matter. Um, anyway, so but yeah, that did start to like put some doubts in my mind, and I started, the day before, especially when I got the results, I was really in my mind like, what if I can't be cured? Like what? Like I don't have a bucket list, but I was starting to think like, what kind of things would I want to do before I were to, pass away eventually? Um, but luckily, doesn't matter. Got the results back. Operation can definitely go ahead, so that's all good. Um, they also checked again if there's any more. What do you call it in English? If the cancer is spread at all throughout my body, and that's still negative, at least as far as they can see. So that's good, which makes sense because I just went through therapy, chemo as well, the pills only, but still. So it wouldn't make sense for it to have spread whilst also being constantly attacked by chemotherapy. Um, so yeah, it can just go ahead. It'll. I think I probably mentioned this, but the schedule is still the same. It'll probably happen somewhere towards the end of September. So in about a month, maybe a little less than a month now. And or maybe beginning of October. Basically, that's when they'll aim to have it done. I should hopefully find out the exact date soon. When the operation or after the operation happens, they've explained quite a few things. I should also let's backtrack a little bit. I just remembered also in the previous video I mentioned I had like some issues, like couldn't contain my bowels and stuff. That's all like basically a few days after I made the video, that was kind of over already. So a few of you had given tips and stuff on what I could do to, help with that, which I appreciate, but thankfully that's all in the past already. So I don't have to worry about that anymore, which is good. I've been basically for the last month and a half now, I've been feeling pretty well. I don't feel bad in any way. In fact, I probably feel better than I did before the operation or before the treatment, because obviously the tumor is a lot smaller now, so everything just works a bit better, which is good. Yeah, so just backtracking, then let's go back to present again. What was I talking about? The schedule is good. Oh yeah, the operation. So, told me a few things so far. Partly backtracking, partly now. Obviously, there was a risk that my member wouldn't be working as well anymore. Thankfully, that's all still good. So that was definitely a major point for me because I'm still pretty young, and I wouldn't want my dick not to work anymore. But thankfully, that's all good. There is also still a chance that there will be something going wrong in the operation, but they do the operation with a robot apparently. So, like they can do it all very precisely. Like any nerves that they have to cut, like they can specifically cut the ones that they need to. But there is obviously still a chance that something could go wrong. But it's like a 10 to 15% chance. This is with my member. But then even what he said, even then, like if something does go wrong, it doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't work anymore. It's just it could be any number of things that might not work 100% anymore. But but that's so overall pretty good news. There's also a small chance they can mess up my bladder or like the urethra. Is that what it's called? But again, that's like a 1% chance or something. So he's like, don't worry about stuff like that, but obviously he needs to cover all of his bases. And then so they're just gonna remove my, I think it's called sphincter in English, but the last part of the large intestine, up to my asshole, and then again weird wording for this, but I think it's the asshole that consists of like an outer part and an inner part, or maybe that's the sphincter. Or English words. I don't know all of them. But the point is that they can leave the outer part, but they have to remove the inner part, which means that they will stitch it up. So this sounds really stupid, but I'm very lucky that I'm not a homosexual, because it's going to get stitched up, so you can't get in there anymore. So the first like 5, 6, 7 days or something after the operation, I'm not allowed to sit down because, and the idea of this is terrifying, but also kind of funny to me, because if you were to sit down, you could literally like rip open the your asshole, which is not what anyone wants, obviously, because that needs to be closed. As I mentioned in the previous videos as well, so I'm gonna get I think, again, I don't know the English word, but I think stoma works in English as well. So it's where they essentially attach your intestine to your belly, your tummy, and then that's where your poop will come out. That's gonna have to be with me for the rest of my life. But again, this is something I already knew a few months ago. So I've made peace with this a long time ago. Like, this is all not news to me. It's crazy as well. Like, now there's still some people who don't know yet, so I have to, I have to update people, tell them, look, I have cancer, but then immediately say, look, it's gonna be all right. Like, I'm not gonna die. Don't worry about it. That kind of thing. Because when you say you have cancer, a lot of people immediately go, oh fuck, like, okay, shit, it's over. But it's not for me. Like, at least again, the way it looks right now. So I have to immediately update people, like, okay, look, cancer, but don't worry, I'll be fine. It's not really, well, it's a big deal, but it's not a massive deal. Again, I've had months to come to terms with all of this stuff, so it's not really a big deal anymore for me. But yeah, so that I'll be in the hospital for about 5 days or so as well, which works well with the not sitting. So I'll be lying in the hospital for 5 days, which is good. And yeah, that's probably about all they've told me about it. Yeah, so it's obviously going to be like, it's life changing, but also not life changing. They want to have it have as little impact on life as possible. So luckily, the doctors also said, and I've heard this from my mom, who used to work in like care, I guess, especially with elderly people, that stomas and stuff and everything that revolves around stomas has improved a huge amount in the last 20 years. Like, a lot of people who have one, you wouldn't be able to tell in any way unless they tell you, essentially. Like, you can I was worried, for example, because it happened on the left side of your body, like on the left side of your tummy. I sleep generally on my left side, on my belly, or / on my left side, basically around. That always. But so I was worried, okay, but will I still be able to do that? Because it's not a major deal. I'll get used to sleeping on my right side or whatever. But it's still, when you're already dealing with so much stuff, like, you don't want that to impact your life as well. Like, you won't be able to sleep, with all the other issues going on. But the doctor's like, no, that's fine. You can still sleep on your left side. And swimming. Maybe I've mentioned this in the previous video, but I was really worried I wouldn't be able to swim with my son. Now that he's finally getting towards the age where he's gonna enjoy swimming. But that's not a problem either, because they make like swimming trunks and stuff that hide things like that, so don't have to worry about things like that either. So there's a lot of things that I was worried about that basically shouldn't have an impact. Like, it's there and you'll have to work with that, but there are so many ways to help you work with it that it basically isn't an issue, which is good. So I feel like if I had to put it like in percentages or something, it's like a 97% that it doesn't affect you, and like a 3% that it does affect you, or something like that. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I've heard from everyone, is that seems to be like it. Only a few things that are impacted by it are only impacted by it a little bit, because there's ways to work around it, kind of. But it's always there. And I'm sure if someone were to punch me on it, it would hurt. That kind of thing. But why would anyone punch me? I'm such a nice guy. Anyway, so that's the operation. So that's towards the end of September. think that's about all in terms of updates for the cancer. Um, yeah, probably. I'll talk about some other things and then see if I remember anything else that I want to talk about in terms of the cancer. Videos. I do have to apologize. It's been like a month since I uploaded anything. I still have a lot of Mass Effect videos ready to go up. I think everything else I'm run out. Or maybe I still have a Ghost of Tsushima from like 2 months ago that I recorded. All the Mass Effect stuff is from a month and a half, 2 months ago as well. But it's there. I just need to, honestly, most of it is already uploaded to. I just need to give it a title and then actually schedule it to be uploaded. So I should get on that. I'm just, it's not even like I'm not in the right mindset or something. I'm dealing with this. It's not even that. It's just laziness, to be honest. Like it's YouTube isn't my main priority anymore. So it's more of like, I don't really care, but I also do care because I still enjoy it. But I seem to enjoy it more in waves now. Like sometimes I get these waves of like I want to just fucking record for like 2-3 weeks in a row, and then like Tomb Raider. I said I started recording Tomb Raider. That was just before I made the last update video. Haven't touched it since. I've already deleted all the footage. It was like 6 episodes, and I was like, I'm not going to continue this, so fuck it. And the reason I wanted to do it, which I said then as well, is because I wanted to play the 2 sequels. But I already knew at that point, look, I'm not even going to finish this one. And if I do, I have to push myself through it. So I'm not going to have the interest to play the second and third one. So why am I even bothering? So I've just deleted all the footage, got rid of it. It's gone. Age of Mythology Retold just came out yesterday. Have really got the itch to start recording that. So I might do that. And I'm even considering doing that literally after I finish recording this video, because I am quite tempted to do another campaign. Well, a campaign of that, but obviously I've done a campaign of Age of Mythology in the past, the regular one, and also Age of Empires 2, Age of Empires 3, some of Age of Empires 4. I've done a lot of Age of Empires stuff, so even though it's not like my niche necessarily, I have done a lot of Age of Empires stuff and Age of Mythology. And I want to play kind of through it anyway, so I figure I may as well record it. So I might do that. But again, it's one of those no promises. We'll see. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, there are things I still want to finish. The Assassin's Creed Brotherhood I'll still finish. I'll probably still continue into Assassin's Creed 3. It's just, this is something that's going to happen over years' time, I feel like. Unless there's a certain point in time where I say, okay, I'm going to fully pick up YouTube again as a full-time job, which honestly, I think I'm kind of in a position where I could do it because I'm not working right now because of the situation. So I have the time. My son is in kindergarten, so I do have time. It's just that I currently prefer spending that time doing miniature stuff. So I'm kind of doing that at the moment. And it's super hot. Like yesterday was 28, 29 degrees. I'm not going to record with that when I have to keep my windows closed because I'll be boiling. It's just not comfortable. But now it's cooler, so I'm like, fuck it, yeah, let's do some recording. Yeah, Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect, I'll definitely still continue as well. No need to worry about that. I want to. There's a Shogun 2 Let's Play. That was a sponsored Let's Play from Sivsky. Definitely still not forgotten about that. I'm sure he's long gone at this point. If you aren't, leave a comment. I haven't forgotten about it. It's the Yari Amazing campaign. Still going to continue that. With well, I hope so. This was literally a year and a half or 2 years ago at this point. So it's the latest campaign I did though. But this was before they kind of fucked up the mod manager for Shogun 2. So the only thing I'll say is I definitely still want to continue it, but I haven't started up Shogun 2 in like, well, whenever that was basically. So I don't know if the mods still properly work, but if they do, then I'll continue it. And I'm pretty sure I was only using visual mods in that one anyway, so I feel like it'll probably be fine. But that's the only caveat to that one. So that's in regards to YouTube. So yeah, still here, but it's not my main priority at the moment. Holiday. I'm going away. Not that this really concerns you guys. Well, it doesn't really matter because again, I'm not uploading a lot anyway. Back when I was, full-time YouTubing, I was like letting people know when I was going away on holiday, so you could expect less interaction from me. Now it doesn't really matter, but I'll still let you know anyway. Going away on holiday next week, so on Monday the 2nd, is it? Yeah, Monday the 2nd till the 9th, I'll be in Mallorca with the family because we just needed to be out for a bit. We haven't really well, this mostly comes from my parents. Long story short, they like to go on holiday about three times a year, and they haven't been since the end of last year because of, well, other stuff that happened that's none of your concern, but also the cancer and all the other, like, lots of things happening, and basically they've had to cancel holiday twice already, and they're overstressed at the moment as well, especially my mom. So they needed to be out for a bit, and we could definitely use one as well. So I asked if they would like to go on a holiday together, and they did. So we're going away for a week, just be gone from all of this for a bit, not have to worry about anything else. So yeah, out for a week, but again, it won't mess with uploads because there's no uploads to be messed with. So that's good. I think that's about it. I guess there's one small thing that isn't really that exciting, but it's kind of interesting. I got a copyright strike on my channel. Some random Korean company had I've got it on my other screen here, had taken down, straight up removed two videos of, or two streams from a Lubu campaign on Three Kingdoms. And they had copyright struck it, so I got an actual strike. Never had it before. It was a complete bullshit claim, of course, because they don't own anything in the video. So at that point, it's really weird. You have two options. One is to contact the people who make the claim. This is the good old "you're guilty until proven innocent" rather than "innocent until proven guilty," because anyone can just fucking remove anyone's videos basically, and you have to then defend yourself. Be like, "Yo, what the fuck? This isn't right. Please put my videos back up." But so you can either contact the people themselves, a Korean company, who I haven't bothered doing that because that's not going to work. Because why would they be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Let me just actually reinstate your video"? What the like? That doesn't make any sense. And the other option is to contact YouTube. But by contacting YouTube, I of course mean contacting some random robot who doesn't give a shit because it's a robot, which is what I've done twice. First, I just wrote a short message saying this isn't correct. Please reinstate my video. All video or all the footage of the video is owned by Creative Assembly, a UK company. It has nothing to do with anything in Korea. Blah blah. Then YouTube just had an automatic response, of course. So this is where the bot comes in. It didn't even, they just said, we aren't sure that you have enough reason to be disclaiming this, blah, blah. Please be sure that you do because you can get sued. And I was like, oh, that's nice. You're threatening me now. That's good. Anyway, did it again. I wrote a whole bunch of keywords in the message specifically, so I figured, okay, the bot will probably pick up on words like fair use and whatever else. So I wrote a whole fucking essay on this, and it just got instantly neglected or rejected with the same exact message that, oh, we're not sure if you have enough reason to be disclaiming this, blah blah. Just the same exact bot written message essentially. So then I thankfully still have contacts at CA, even though I haven't been part of the partner program or anything. That got disbanded a while ago, obviously. They have a new quarter program, but I haven't even bothered applying for it because I'm just not active, so why would I? But I still have contacts, so I messaged Josh about it, who I'm sure you've heard the name before. And Josh was thankfully, even though I haven't been active at all, he got onto it immediately. So he's been sending stuff to a company or the people that they work with in Korea, I guess, and they've been then sending stuff over. He literally just updated me yesterday saying we're still working on it. I'll let you know when I've sent it. But just this morning, both videos had their copyright claim removed. So I'm assuming that was him or them fixing it, and he still just has to update me about it. But yeah, that's good. So I had a copyright strike. That's gone now. I guess the videos are reinstated. I haven't looked. I don't really care, if I'm completely honest, but it's more the injustice of it. It makes no sense. Basically, the problem is anyone can ruin anyone. If this was my full-time job, this would really bother me. Because you can just copyright claim or copyright strike anyone from the looks of this, because they have to then defend themselves. I heard so many cases of other also Total War YouTubers, but I'm sure it's also happened in other YouTubers as well. People who just had their whole channel instantly removed because some guy has just claimed a bunch of shit and like, yo, this is mine. And then YouTube's like, oh, fucking hell, yeah, you're right, that's yours. Let's get rid of these assholes. And then their whole channel got removed, and then you have to get in contact with YouTube, but YouTube doesn't have a fucking way to get in contact with them. You have to go through like Twitter or something. What the fuck? Sorry, the whole idea is just so insane to me, that this massive giant fucking platform doesn't have like a way to get into contact with them. You have to go get in contact with them through another platform that isn't associated with YouTube whatsoever. Like you have to go fucking Twitter or X, sorry, at YouTube. What the fuck? How does that make sense? Make it make sense. It doesn't. It's insane to me. I'm sure they have an actual. Well, actually, I don't know if they do. I remember they didn't in the past anyway. YouTube didn't have any way to get in contact with them. I'm sure they do have some way of getting in contact with them, but usually it's a bot that responds essentially. And what I've heard from people is that the best way to get in contact with them is through X, which is just absolute insanity to me. But anyway, I digress. But that's all fixed now. But yeah, the whole idea is crazy. You can just, I had, essentially what I was trying to say, people had their whole channel removed and then had to essentially, usually it was Total War YouTubers that I'm aware of. So then Josh, for example, or people from CA would help them out and get it all reinstated because they can disclaim stuff. But yeah, it's just insanity to me that anyone can just do that, and it isn't innocent until proven guilty. It's guilty until proven innocent, which is anyway. I think that's enough about all of that. That's been 26 minutes ish. So let's end here. I'll probably keep you guys updated. It'll likely be sometime after the operation. Yeah, I mean, yeah, been keeping it basically one video every 2 months or so, and I think that makes sense to do it after I've gotten used to it. Oh yeah, that's one thing I forgot to mention. That's what I was going to say. I have an appointment, so there are stoma specialists, basically people who help you with the transition, and I have an appointment with one of those just the day after I come back from holiday as well. So I do have, like, there is going to be someone or some people anyway who are going to like help me get used to it and prepare me for everything that's to come, which is good because it is yeah, it is quite the change in life, but then it doesn't have to be once you're used to it. It's basically just a part of life. Anyway, I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Well, I don't know what there is to enjoy, but hope you appreciate the information, the update. Hopefully Age of Mythology soon. I probably will start recording it literally in about 5 minutes, but we'll see. If I can, if yeah, we'll see. Okay, don't get your panties in a twist. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye.